Hey everybody, I am so excited to talk to you guys today. We are starting our second week of Silver Bullet, which is so exciting. And I have to say, if you haven't gone through and watched each of the videos from last week, please go back and do that. I've already learned a lot from these ladies from last week, and I'm going to be talking about enrollments today. That's our income producing activity we're going to talk about. And last week, April Pointer covered this topic, and wow, she really hit so many important points. So if you missed that one, I know it's a little longer than the others, but please go back and watch that. It's super valuable. So those of you that don't know me, I'll quickly introduce myself. My name is Kristy Dempsey, and I am a Crown Diamond in Young Living. I have 2 kids, and my husband is Jake Dempsey, and we reside in North Texas, and I started with Young Living just a couple months after Alyssa Francis, who is my enroller and sponsor. So super privileged and honored to have such a fantastic mentorship between Alyssa and April and Danette, Michelle Skochek. I've just had phenomenal mentors. So I hope I do them justice here in this group with you guys too. All right, so as you come in, say hello, and please feel free to engage and comment in the comments, because that'll make it more exciting and other people will learn together. So here we go. I'm going to talk about enrollments today. And this is really, we're going to start off with just a soft topic, and then I'm going to give you something to do at the end, okay? So here we go. This is our primary concept we're talking about today. Oh, you guys, I think I forgot to turn my mirroring around. I don't know if I can do it while we're talking. But increased relationships equals increased enrollments. Can you guys agree with this? And I know that sounds like, okay, yeah, that's great, but, and I am all about relationships, I'm all about people, but I'm going to talk with you about some specific things that you can do to put some things into action with that, okay? Because we may think that we understand relationships, and we may think that we may understand people, but as we get into a role of leadership, the details matter, and sometimes it's easy to get overwhelmed if we don't have a system or a strategy to make sure that we're being intentional with our time. Because I know that many of you are very restricted on your time that you want to dedicate to your Young Living business, yet at the same time we have to build relationships with these people as well, right? Okay, so here we go. I'm going to give you a resource right off the bat that I really think is worth the investment. I don't think that anyone is ever done learning or growing or developing themselves personally. And so this book right here is John Maxwell, Relationships 101. And this book you can get on Amazon. If you guys are not on Amazon, oh my gosh, I love Amazon. But guys, okay, here we go. It is $5.64 right now on Amazon. And you can get free 2-day shipping if you're a Prime member. It is one of the best investments that you'll make, okay? I can't figure out my lighting, so I'm very shadowed in here. I came into my living room because my office, they took down my curtains and they're redoing them, and so there's just reflection everywhere, every which way, so here I am in my living room. But I want to give you a little bit out of this book and just understand that nobody's done learning, no matter their rank or level of leadership. We're all continually learning, and so I love jumping into books with John Maxwell and Jim Rohn and all that, but this one's John Maxwell. So this one says, how can I encourage others? So there are a couple of points in here. It says, and it's really talking about having faith in other people. So number 1 is most people don't have faith in themselves. Number 2, most people don't have someone who has faith in them. Number 3, most people can tell when someone else has faith in them. Number 4, most people will do anything to live up to your faith in them. And there's a little key point in here that says believe in them before they succeed. So sometimes as mentors, leaders, and friends, we have to remember that everybody's learning and on this journey, right? So you have to remember that you are part of their motivation and mentorship, right? So it says everyone loves a winner. It's easy to have faith in people who've already proven themselves. It's much tougher to believe in people before they have proven themselves. But that is the key to motivating people to reach their potential. You have to believe in them first before they become successful, and sometimes before you can persuade them to believe in themselves. So I know this is kind of like jumping into more personal development, but I want you to think how this relates to your relationships with people that are your prospects, right? Or your friends that still need oils. They need to know that you believe in their success in the products. But they also need to first know that you believe in your relationship and friendship with them and that they can trust you. So your relationship is so important in building your team and exposing your friends to what you love, because first has to come a relationship. And then you can take all this development and thought process into exposing them to products and then exposing them to the business. But at the very beginning, it starts with a friendship and a relationship with somebody. And they have to know that you believe that they can have success with what you have to offer. Okay, so then the next thing is, I love this too, it's how can I connect with people is the next chapter. Guys, there's so much good in this book, and I'm obviously not here to just read you a book, but I want to hit home on this. It says the heart comes first. You first have to touch people's hearts before you ask them for a hand. All great communicators recognize this truth and act on it almost instinctively. You can't move people to action unless you first move them with emotion. The heart comes before the head. So people know if you are advertising and you're trying to get someone to buy into what you have to offer, and it looks like a sales ad and there's no heart behind anything, there's no personal story or something that they can connect to, then it's going to feel kind of empty. So remember that the important part is connection. All right, so how can we connect? I wanted to show you another resource that I really love, and I think you guys will fall in love with. I actually talked to the author right before I went live just to clear the air and make sure everything is okay to share and then suggest what I'm going to suggest, because this book sold out so fast and it's no longer available for October, November, December. The next time we can order is going to be Black Friday, and the new book will be for January, February, and March. So some of you will know about this because she is a Young Living leader. She is Bethany Shipley, and she's a diamond. She's the youngest diamond in Young Living. And I just really love learning from the younger generation and what they have to offer and bring to the table. There's so much wisdom there too. So she created this book called Diamond Workbook. And the reason I love it is because it's easy to get distracted in the chaos of social media and the world that we're in, where everybody's talking about something new every second of the day. And so I need something to keep me focused. So what this book is, it's basically just 1 quarter at a time. So the book only covers 3 months at a time. So it helps you narrow your focus into 3 months. Okay, so I'm just going to show you one page as it relates to enrollments, okay? Because even though these aren't available, I talked to her and I said, hey, do I have your permission to suggest to these friends who will likely be looking for your book in January, if they can go ahead and make their own little kind of spreadsheet for one of these pages to help them with enrollment? She said, yeah, sure, go ahead. And I told her I would also mention her Facebook group that is strictly focused on you understanding how to utilize this resource, put it into place so you can grow your business. So I will mention that as well in just a second. So this book, it goes through 3 months at a time, and each month has key pages for you to focus on income producing activities. So one of the pages says, and I'm flipping to November so you can see this, and it says friends who still need oils at the top, right? And then it says, who do I want to enroll in November? What are their priorities this month? Do you guys understand the language and how that comes across? What are their priorities this month? And then over here it says, what education, information, or samples do I have to offer that would fit these priorities? Do you see how we're making it about them? So you can still totally fit in your premium starter kit within this, or the Ningxia starter kit with this, right? But you first need to know what their priorities are. And then the best thing on the other side, which is what I thought you guys might want to create something along these lines, or maybe one of these amazing diamonds could throw a spreadsheet together. I'm not a green, if you know personality, so I don't do this kind of stuff well. That's why I invest in it. So this right here, there are 4 columns. And this is how you go about engaging with people, because it isn't an instant, hi, how are you doing? It's been so long since we've talked. Do you want to hear about these things called these oils that I'm doing? They're so fantastic. I know you're going to love them. Like, if you haven't talked to somebody in a long time, that's kind of weird. It's just like, hi. Yeah, like we should catch up over the past, 5, 10, 15 years we haven't talked, but sure, I'll hear what you have to say about something I know nothing about. I mean, you want to grow back in relationship with people that you've lost touch with and with people that don't even know anything about oils. So I love how she does this. These are 4 columns and it says engage, start the conversation. Number 2 is excite. Talk about what they're excited about. Remember on this page over here, what are their priorities? And you're kind of looking at maybe their Facebook, their Instagram, things like that. See what interests them, what's going on. So when you're connecting with someone you haven't talked to in a long time, you're starting out with things that they are interested in, right? Make it about them first. Talk about what they're excited about. Then you can later build your invitation around their interests. That's the next checkbox. And then at the end is enroll as a member. Okay, so there are 4 steps here. Engage, excite, invite, enroll. I just want you guys to see that and reflect on that for a second. And then what I love over here, and you guys, I'm going to give you a link to her group so you can go in and learn all about it. She does an hour-long live on this book. And then she talks about the event name, all that kind of stuff, and what you need to order on your order so that you have what you need for your classes. But anyhow, I just want you to know, like, we need to be thinking about the process of engaging with people if we want to enroll with them, and it starts with a relationship and on their interests first. Okay, so then I'm going to wrap up with this. You can connect with people in a way that stands outside of the norm of what we do in our society, which is constantly just bombarding with flashing things. Sometimes, and I really think this works well, just connecting with a simple card in the mail is huge. Because how many times do you open your mailbox and actually have a handwritten something, doesn't matter what it is, from anybody? It's all mass printed, it's all an advertisement, it's just, there's not much personal touch to anything that we get in the mail anymore. So I really think this is a fantastic way that you can reach out, and I wanted to show you some really cute ones that I actually found out about through Cindy Hagerton, another a fellow diamond. She is amazing, and I saw some cards. I was like, these are so cute. So right here, it says, yeah, you got this, girl. And there's all different kinds on the back. There are like these chalk print ones, right? There's 36 in a pack here, and it's like $10. So you're paying like 20-something cents per card. And then you put a stamp on it. It's like 70, 75 cents maybe to actually get your card, put it in the mail, and they get it. And your words and your thought that goes on to these cards is going to mean the world to them. So I'll put the link if you guys want it here in the post when I'm done. But it has free same-day shipping if you're an Amazon Prime person. So my challenge to you before we go is, can y'all read this? Before the end of the day, make a list of 10 friends that still need oils and mail them a personal greeting card. Now, there's a catch to this. If this is someone that you haven't talked to about oils, or you haven't engaged with in a long time, or they haven't been to a class or anything, nothing in that card should be really about oils. Nothing. It should just be a hello. I just hope you have a fantastic day. Thought I'd pop something in the mail, let you know that I thought about you, or been thinking about your new home you just moved into. I hope it's fantastic. Something that relates to them and their interests and needs, right? And then you can follow up with them, or they probably will follow up with you and say, hey, thank you so much for that card. This is a great way to start that connection. And then you can start focusing on this book and remember to continue to engage in them on their interests. And then you find a way to incorporate how what you have to offer could help them. And if you make that your focus, then you're going to increase your enrollments, I promise. So that is it. Sorry, this is a little long, guys, but I hope you'll have a fantastic rest of your week. Please go back and watch the videos from last week if you missed any of them. They're fantastic. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Bye.